Coach, first day of practice, teams reported yesterday. What are your early thoughts so far, having gone through fitness tests in the first practice?
Happy with it. Happy with fitness testing. We had a little bit of glitch, a little bit of a technology glitch with the fitness testing, but we got through it, and very encouraged by the results. Session here this morning was pretty good. Kids look sharp. They look prepared. I think we're ready to go.
We've got 13 letter winners from last year's team that got to the MAC tournament finals and got a lot of reps during the spring. Were there some things that you saw that were promising from the spring that you're trying to maybe incorporate entering the fall?
Well, we're just trying to build on some of the ideas that we put in the spring. We really made some pretty dramatic changes to the way that we train and the things that we were emphasizing in the spring. So hopefully we can carry those ideas forward into the fall and continue to build on what we did last spring.
As mentioned, you make it to the MAC Tournament Championship and a tie game in the second half. So made a pretty good run in the postseason, but obviously one of the bigger glaring needs from last season was putting the ball in the net a little bit more. What are some of the things that are being worked on, both personnel-wise and even tactically, I guess, to try to...
Well, certainly we got to spend a lot more time working on just pure finishing. I mean, it's not a matter of getting opportunities. The opportunities were there for us last year. The opportunities were there for us this morning. So it's a technical issue, it's an attitude issue when it comes to playing in the final third. So we're going to have to continue to work on that. We also have 3 attacking players that we brought in this year, 1 junior college transfer and a couple of freshmen. So we'll see, if they can put one away. But we've got to do a better job finishing this year. There's no doubt about it.
But on the flip side of that, one of the best seasons, if not the best season you ever put together defensively.
No question.
At that end, finished 21st nationally in goals against average. You have a few players returning from that core, but you also lose a handful of heavy minute players. What are kind of the plans to, replace some of those quality minutes that they were giving you in responsible minutes?
Well, we knew that we were going to lose Jess Bronke and Lauren Kelly, to graduation. Having Katie Alexander go down with an ACL was a blow, and having Shannon Stearns decide to graduate early was a blow. So we're going to have to replace them. We feel like we made some progress toward that in the spring, but not enough. So certainly those are the areas that we're going to have to work on.
A week from, I guess, Tuesday, you'll be taking the field against Virginia Tech with another exhibition coming a few days later against Purdue. Talk about what's in store for this team over the next week, both training and those exhibitions?
Well, the focus is going to be on 2 things, really. The focus is going to be on giving a quality effort every day and playing quality soccer. That's it. It doesn't really need to go any further than that right now. If we're getting those 2 things, then we'll get where we want to be. But you've got to put those 2 things in place first. And that doesn't matter whether you're playing Virginia Tech or the worst team in the country. It just doesn't matter. You've still got to have a quality effort. You've still got to play good soccer.
Hey Vic, senior year about to get started. What's kind of the thought going through the senior class as the year gets started with the first practice today?
Servant leader.
We were really excited to come out. We know it's going to be our last first day, so it's exciting. It's kind of scary, but we're ready to get the season started, and we're ready to hopefully take home a lot of wins this year.
Defensively has been kind of the team's bread and butter the last couple of years. You statistically had a pretty great last 2 seasons. What's kind of the encore as far as what you've been working on to really make this senior year a memorable one?
So yeah, our defense has been pretty solid. We have 1 gap to fill this year, but we have a lot of great people to be able to fill that gap. But our offensive is what we really need to focus on this year. We didn't score a ton of goals last year, so hopefully getting our defense in a pretty secure place where we can help our offense produce goals. So we want to be able to help them as much as we can by staying as secure as we can back there and helping make our passes and our through balls as good as possible to help them.
Last year was one of the team's longer runs in a couple of years in the MAC tournament. You enter a second half of the finals in a tie game. So it's that added motivation entering the start of the season to kind of get over that hump, having been so close a year ago.
Right. Yeah, we were really close last year, and it was very frustrating not being able to come out of that with a win. And I think this year we'll be ready for that game. More ready than we were this year, and more mentally ready, I think. and then just being able to prepare the freshmen about what that's going to be like and how that's going to feel, and how they should mentally prepare as freshmen coming in and being in that position for the first time.
You speak on filling in a gap and having some other players in elevated roles defensively from the people you were seeing on the pitch a lot of minutes the last couple of years. What's kind of the onus that you and some of the other seniors back there are kind of taking to make sure that it's a pretty smooth transition to, as you mentioned, keep things secure defensively?
So me and Dana have been playing. We have a lot more experience than a lot of the girls in terms of the back, and we have Jenny and Tori that they both started on the right last year. So now having Tori move over a position, and that's going to be new for her, and having this middle player that we have a gap to fill, and having the experience back there with me, Dana, Tori, Jenny will be good for this new player coming in that hasn't gotten too much playing time, and getting them a little comfortable with the position and being able to talk to them with the experience that we already have back there.
All right, Dana, kind of your last first day, as Vic Maniaci put it, for the seniors. What are your thoughts so far, being back on the pitch and practicing and ready for another senior year?
It's exciting. I think we're all really excited to be back. I'm used to being nervous for preseason, but now it's just, I'm so excited. I'm so ready. I'm ready to take on the year, hopefully get a MAC championship. So, yeah.
Got one practice in and got through fitness tests. Give me a sense of where the team's at and how that's been going so far.
The fitness testing went well. I think a lot of people improved since the spring. People were doing their Fit for 90 over the summer, so that was good to see. A lot of people stepped up, and I think we're glad to have that behind us. It's always a little bit stressful, but so we're ready to just play and get a little bit more into the soccer side.
Last couple of years, this team has been tremendous defensively. Last year, finishing 21st nationally in goals against average. But you are replacing a good amount of heavy minute players in Jess Bronke and Shannon Stearns and Katie Alexander as well. So, as one of the elder statesmen, so to speak, what are kind of your goals as far as readying kind of a new look unit defensively to maintain that level while still hopefully producing more goals than last year?
Yeah, well, for our defense, we've still got some solid returners, that have played a lot of minutes, like Jenny Barr and stuff. And I think the more they're playing, they'll gain some more confidence, and that's the biggest thing. As a defender, you have to be pretty sure of yourself and in your decision making. So I think with experience, that'll come, and that'll definitely help us.
Your senior year, this team has been pretty successful your first 3 years. Get to the MAC tournament finals, tie game with Western Michigan, entering the second half. So right there, knocking on the door. What are some of the things that you and the rest of the returners are trying to emphasize to kind of get over that hump and make this year one to remember?
Yeah, it's been a little frustrating the past couple of years, coming second in the MAC tournament last year, and then in the regular season we've come second, and so we've been right there. And I know especially with the rest of the seniors, this is our last shot, so we're just ready to give it 100% and every single practice. And I think the Fit for 90 thing is really helpful in that we're building every single day, and they're not trying to kill us out here. We're being smart, so I think that will be really big this year.